out just in case people are reacting. I can't see it. Hold up. I'll be with y'all 1 second. There you go. There you go. Yep. What's this? It should have worked. What are we talking about? What we talking about here? What we talking about here? Guys, it's chapter day. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone's having a great week. Man, I've been refreshing the page for like, I don't know how long now. I've been refreshing the page for quite some time now. Trying to get this chapter up. Or trying to see if the chapter came out, basically. What's this? Oh, this is upcoming video. That's not work. Oh yeah, I had a problem with my stream yesterday, so it's saying here that. Yeah, that ain't it. But I'm excited. I seen the title. What is it? The God and the Devil, I believe. Hold on, let me make sure I get my OBS started. A God and the Devil. Excuse me, I might be like sneezing and coughing and these little minor things, but we gonna make sure peak reaches peak. Let's see if it works here. We're gonna do both of them. Home. Trying to switch my camera up. Yeah, guys, it was I did not a lot of driving today, but we had some errands. My daughter had a dentist appointment, and luckily she doesn't have any cavities. Luckily. Let me start recording. We're gonna hit record on OBS as well. You know how we do. Shout out to all my Nakamas who will end up on the stream. Appreciate you guys in advance. Where is this screen? Come on, what are we doing here? There we go. Yeah, shout out to all my Nakamas who are going to be joining the stream today. Yes, right. We are doing the new One Piece chapter. As mentioned, we're on 30 minutes. We are officially One Piece chapter 1181 zone. Shout out to anybody and everybody out there who reads One Piece. I hope y'all know the deal. I was talking to someone yesterday on my live stream and just trying to sell it. Not trying to sell it, but like giving them my honest opinion of like if they should watch anime, and I definitely think they should. Even if you don't want to start with One Piece, I just think it's pivotal. I think it's an important anime or story, or man, it's an experience. I think it's an experience that every single person should experience. That's the best way of putting it. And based off this title, it looks like we might be getting Luffy versus Emu. That's what we might be getting, just off the title. That's what I'm gonna go off of. I don't have too much to go off of, but that's what I'm gonna guess what we have here for the chapter, and I'm hyped for it. We were supposed to have I thought we were gonna get Zoro versus Emu last chapter, but that was a quick L. Unfortunately, that was a quick L. Unfortunately for our boy Zoro, but nonetheless, he's still our boy. We still going to cheer him on. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the chapter, guys. This one should be amazing. Let me know who's in the chat. Where we hailing from? What time it is over there? Have you read the chapter? Obviously, no spoilers, of course. Usually, unless Deadman's or like Puneeth or one of my brothers is on the live stream, I probably don't look at the chat too much just because I don't want any spoilers. That's how we do. We avoid spoilers at all costs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, this is gonna be peak though. It doesn't even feel like Thursday. Like I knew he was getting a chapter. I'm excited because none of my family's home right now, so we lit. That means we got as much time as we need to dive into this reaction here. Take this one. Yep, perfect. We gonna update the thumbnailer. Waving hand, what up? I don't know what you said, but I appreciate you for commenting nonetheless. Where are you coming from? Yes, sir. Yes, sirski. Yes, sirski. I was also like the chapter came out like maybe a half an hour ago or something like that. But I wanted to from Jordan. That's cool. How's it? How's it in Jordan? What's your favorite part of Jordan? Or what's the best? What's the best part of Jordan? A little bit of both. I'll take both answers. Just having the thumbnail upload. There we go. And we're going to start the chapter. Yes, sirski. All right. 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 So, One Piece, chapter 1181. Title, A God and a Demon. Sorry, and a Devil. A God and a Devil. Did I title it right over here? A God and a Devil? Or did I put demon? I might have said demon. A God and a... Yep, a God and a Devil. Yeah, I titled it right. Oh, ain't God good. All right, let's go. Okay. Well, Ninja Park, Zoe, and what's that last place? Kim? What's that last place called? I think Oda did that on... Well, Oda does everything on purpose, but like, why is that one place... Where's she coming from? And why is there like a carrot? Oh, is she thinking of carrots? Like what? Or is she speaking about carrots? Like, huh? Carrot sings, and as she strolls over sleeping panda sharks at sea. Panda sharks. Oda imagination needs to be discussed, or needs to be praised, because where are we getting panda sharks from? How did we come up with the idea of a panda shark? Why out of everything is the shark a panda? Anyways, a god and a devil, and why does she has the word queen on her jacket? All right, let's go, guys. We see Harold right away. We're getting a little bit of history. Maybe this is okay. Memories from 14 years ago. So this is potentially Loki. Yes, this is Loki's thought process, because last we ended off with Loki talking to saying to Emu, like, of course I'm the one who took out Harold. You got beef with me, kind of thing. Like he was ready. Loki was ready to square up to Emu, and this is going to be interesting. I believe in the next I believe in this chapter. If not, it says a devil and a god. So I want to say that he's going to be he'll potentially be taken out this chapter. So the question is rather, if he's gonna go hybrid form in this chapter and still get smoked, or we're still gonna save hybrid form for later down the line, just because that's what's gonna excite us, right? Okay. Harold says, I am the worst king in the history of Elbaf. You must kill me and take the throne, Loki. Is this him? He was down on the ground, but Loki obviously didn't kill him yet. He was only 144 at the end. Giants usually live to 300. He died way too soon. That's how he's feeling. You tricked my dad, right? That makes you responsible for his death. That's a bold statement. The one suffered most from that inconvenience was Moo. Okay, dissect that. What is that? Just more of a selfish kind of thing? Like, is Moo just is Emu? Because they said, because usually in okay, break it down. Usually, Emu, as we've seen in the shadow figure, has always referred to himself, as Moo. In the last chapter, he was calling himself I. He was referring to himself as I. I this, I that, I this, I that. And now again, Emu is referring to himself as Moo. So in this case, I think there's two entities at play. I think there's Emu, who is this physical body that's in front of us, and then there's Moo, who is the black figure that we've seen that we've seen thus far. I feel like there's a difference between the two. It's not just Moo, it's not just Emu. There's two of them. Okay, so Loki powers up Ragnar. Is that light? Yeah, lightning is coming towards the hammer. Loki's saying, "Damn you!" Back then, okay. Emu has like the black flames around himself. There's rumbling in the sky. Loki's is using Conqueror's hockey. You could tell because it's on Ragnar. Excuse me. Like, there's a buildup right now. This is the strongest attack you could say or the biggest swing I feel like he's made even after his dad. Like, the one that he used on Harold versus the one he's about to do now is two different type of swings, right? I don't care about how I'm remembered. Emu with the frown. That's not important. I don't care how I'm remembered, says Harold. What he said, and he continues, that's not important. The only thing that matters is securing Elbaf's future. Harold was a great king. He was an extremely, extremely foolish and naive king, but he was a great king. He was a great king, I personally think. All right, let's keep going. Isn't that right? Back then, what you did to my father, Ragnar Izuchi. I'm not trying to look at the left side. I'm really trying not to look at the left side. Ragnar Izuchi. So, so it's ice and lightning combined. He's using Ragnar's ice. It's the hammer looks. I think the Hammer is coated in Ragnar's ice, or Ragnar has coated himself with a layer of ice, and Loki is using his devil fruit's lightning to as an attack on Emu. Emu, I can't tell if it's using. I can't tell if Emu is using a hand sign, but he has created an omen, and now he's launching that omen to either attack or block Loki right now. They're not touching. So they're not touching right now. They're not touching. They're not. So, okay. What the fuck? So, Emu launches his omen, and it's powerful enough to somehow stop Ragnar and Loki right now. Like, there's a force that's being created. I'm not sure if it's a hockey thing or a Maki thing, but the explosion is huge. A great explosion here. Who went flying? Is that Sanji? So okay, someone went flying, and I think it's Sanji. So everybody's so this is just the aftermath of Loki and Emu colliding. Okay, there is some Conqueror's hockey in it. I didn't notice the lightning strikes before. There is a Conqueror's hockey lightning strikes that are taking place. And so he tanked it. So Loki says, I can't believe he tanked it. Like there's nothing. Like Emu's relaxed right now. He's calm. He doesn't seem sweating, anything like that. What's with these black flames? What sort of power do you have? Okay, so there are black flames that are taking place. He's got the Amaterasu going. Oh my god, he's using Omen. So he's using Omen again. Whoa. So okay, it shows his forearm. It says he says Omen. His forearm like blows up like a cannon. Omen is simply Mu's military might. Is he growing in size? Because his arms are looking like huge right now. Omen is simply Mu's military might. Is that saying that the more people he has working for the Navy, the stronger his attack is? Because that wouldn't make sense. That wouldn't be logical unless it's technically right. Because none of the Marines, unless it's the clothing, the Marines aren't Domi reversied. However, they are technically on Emu's side. So is it the fact that he has an army that's increase like that impacts his strength, his Omen strength? Because right now his arm is looking gross, is like crazy. Or no, is this a side effect? Oh no. Hold on. Let's think about this carefully. Omen is simply Mu's military might. And like he's getting hyped when he said military might. Like, and he has an exclamation mark. He's shocked. He seems to be shocked right now for whatever reason. Gigantification. So he is now. Oh my god. So he is now Loki's size, or at least larger. He's he's larger. He might not be Loki's height, but he's larger. So it says its power dwells in all things. Its power dwells in all things. Omen is simply Mu's military might. Its power dwells in all things. This is military might. That might be okay. We have to wait for. I think this is a Viz circumstance because I don't see how this translation connects. So Emu and Loki clash again, but based off the fact that Emu was able to tank it earlier, I would think that Loki is going to be sent back shortly. We'll see. But it's going to be one-sided. Okay, so the thing, all right. So even with Emu's size, his mobility hasn't changed. He's still able to be. He clashed with Loki. Now he's flipping over Loki. Oh my god! And Loki's looking worried because Emu. It looks like Emu grinning. Emu's grinning right now, about to stab or something Loki. And yet, its power dwells in all things, and yet that craving can easily be satisfied via corruption. They turn again? Did the giant Dory and Loki turn again? Hold on. What's with these? Okay. Emu says, Omen is simply Mu's military might. Its power dwells in all things. And yet, that craving can easily be satisfied via corruption. So it's something like Emu needs to eat Emu gets satisfied or eats based off corrupting people. Like Loki, I don't know what just happened to Loki. I don't think he's bleeding or anything, but it merely requires one to submit their will to a covenant. I'm guessing that's any form of covenant. So Dorian Broggie still technically had some form of covenant. It just wasn't the same type. It merely requires one to submit their will to a covenant. So he's explaining his powers right now, and he's going off. He's got like a chained devil ball of fire, I think, swirling above his head. When their envy drives them, they'll achieve power. Power, chikara, I think they mean chakra, is the stated reading, though it uses the same kanji previously used for omen. So when their envy drives them, they'll achieve power. When their envy drives. So is it a matter of? But what led was okay. Zebek was mad when he got convinced to turn. Harold, I guess because his body started getting taken over, his emotions kind of were coming to a place of frustration, and that's where that little bit of weakness or surrendering is where where Emu's able to go ahead and take advantage of that. That's what it seems like. So he's sending. What the hell is on his head? Okay, that's the ham. I'm like, that's Ragnar. So Loki's going in for another attack. Those three things together form a trinity. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so he's dropping gems. A covenant. Okay, those three things. An omen. Omen, covenant, omen, covenant, envy. An omen, covenant, and envy. Huh. That seems to be what he's talking about. That's what I'm running out of paper. An omen, covenant, and envy. Well, what's the... Okay. Let's keep going. Okay, so Emu sent that thing flying to Loki. It looks like Loki got obliterated. There's Conqueror's hockey in that. Huh? Okay. Those three things form a trinity known as Dominion. There's a trinity called Dominion. What is this? Is chapter's interest is breaking down. Not weird, but funny. Shall I grant thee the power of a god? Oh, look, he's taking out. Oh no, he's coughing. Shall I grant thee the power of a god? In one step thou wouldn't go far beyond humanity. In one step thou wouldst go far beyond humanity. He's saying that he becomes so much stronger if he has it. So how do you say, those three things together form a trinity. No one has dominion. I feel we're getting so much gems, but it's not clicking for me right now. All right. So Loki coughs. Loki's still on his feet. He says he coughs. He's still messed up, and comes right back. Emu is shocked and says, Loki says, I don't want it. Slams on Emu, cracking. There's no lightning. Oh, there was lightning. There was lightning in it. He's exhausted. So God's dominion. So God's dominion. What's God's dominion? That's your power. It sounds more like a deal with the devil to me. They're basically making a deal with the devil, but unconsciously. Like, why aren't they able to stop it? So God's dominion, that's your power. It's devil's fruit. Devil's fruit is a deal with the devil. Is making a deal with the devil. What does dominion mean? Let me plug in my laptop real quick, y'all. My bad. So God's dominion, that's your power. It sounds more like a deal with the devil to me. Emu says, is there a difference between a god and a devil? Shit. It has to be. Definitely. But he managed to escape. Damn. He got the speed. Loki says, "Beats me. I just know I ain't gonna let myself be dominated by anyone." Oh, we can see the eyes clearly now. We can see the eyes clearly now. So hold on, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. What were we saying? What were we saying? The ring on his back has 16 eyes on it. I knew it. It had to be 16. The world itself rejoices in a state of dominion. Let me see. Toronto Dominion? Like, what are we doing? A supreme authority. Toronto Supreme Authority. Interesting. That's an interesting way to call a bank. The world itself rejoices in a state of dominion. Whoa! So this is Joy Boy and Emu? But this looks like the individual is laughing too, because you see Joy Boy obviously laughing. This, who I'm guessing is Emu, it looks like they're laughing as well. The world itself rejoices in a state of dominion. It rejoices in a state. It rejoices. It's happy when there is a sense of order. Like how are you putting that? Isn't that right? He lost it. He's going, isn't that right, Jordan? He's heated. The world itself rejoices, so it's happy in a state of dominion. It's happy when there's a state of authority. I wonder. Well, he created. Okay, hold on. We never thought of this. Emu created the world government. What if it was Joy Boy's idea? Cause the way he's acting right now, or his expression or reaction, sounds like he's mad. Oh my god, there's so much gems in here, and I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, let's keep going. 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 Isn't that right, Joy Boy? Luffy's eating, feels the hockey. No, 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 no. No, near. I need more. Gotta gulp more. Gotta eat more. Chomp never felt. I've never felt anything like this before. Shoot, it's so heavy. It's like I'm suffocating. Really? He's saying the hockey's so heavy it feels like he's suffocating. What's with this guy's hockey? If I don't eat all this, we can't win. More, more, more. You lost. You still lost in thought. So he hits him again. You're still lost in thought. That tells me one thing. You're underestimating me. Ooh! Loki sent him flying. This has been in discussion for a minute. Emu got hit. He said, ugh. Loki transformed Nidhogg. Loki says a lightning blast at him. Thor! And they're doing this at the World Tree. Loki's aiming this at the World Tree right now. Yo. Oh, why is it the chapter's ending? Oh my god! So did he stop? He blocked it. He absorbed it. Oh, he blocked it or something. Oh, there's kind of like a shield here. Thou really hast returned. A fearless smile. Emu's loving this. Emu is yo. Wow. Okay. Oh my god. What to take from this? My head is kind of like I have half a headache, half trying to like boggled by what we just saw here. Emu's loving this. Let's start there. Shout out, like, but no. How did he block this? I'm using TCB. I'm using TCB right now. How did he block this? You get the calm emu. You get a shocked emu. You get a smiling, happy emu. You get a lost himself, going crazy emu. Oh my god. Oh my god. What? Okay. Emu's dialogue in this chapter is very significant, and I'm trying to figure it out. He's saying, so Emu starts by saying he's the one who experienced the real loss that day. Omen is simply Mu's military might. It's just basically saying that Omen is his hockey, his power. Its power, Omen's power dwells in all things. So like hockey. Right? Omen's power dwells in all things. Omen's power dwells in all things, and yet that craving can easily be satisfied via corruption. Omens. What craving? Like, why is there a craving? You have a little grin on Emu over here. That craving can be satisfied via corruption. It merely requires one to submit their will to a covenant. It requires one to submit their will to a covenant. Submit their will to a covenant. That means that they give up, submit their will. They're saying that they're willing to take a covenant, right? So you have to be willing to take a covenant. You have to be willing to take a covenant. Your envy, you have to be super envious, because it says when their envy drives them, they'll achieve power. Their envy drives them. Did Harold have what envy did Harold have though? Because let me search up envy, how it's described. Envy. Envy is a painful, resentful emotion stemming from a social comparison where one lacks another superior quality. Oh, okay. I'm thinking of emus of envy as something else. When their envy drives them, they'll achieve power. So when they feel like they lack, they'll achieve power. Submit their So I think that's another way of saying when their envy drives them, they'll achieve power. It's like if you give yourself up to Emu, and get a covenant, you'll have power. Those three things together form a trinity. So it's basically saying being corrupted by power. Drives them, they'll achieve power. So envy. You have to be envious of your situation. You have to have a covenant. So that means you submit to Mu. You have to have a covenant, one. And have been corrupted. So a covenant, corrupted, and envious. Covenant, corrupted, envious. So you have to be a covenant, corrupted, and envious. Because I'm trying to see, like, how does this tie into Rocks as well as Harold? How did each of them get a Domi Reversi? Or is it a matter of that person had to have at least experienced it once in their lifetime? If they've ever experienced it, then Emu's able to do this. They form a trinity known as Dominion. So they form a trinity known as Dominion. So the covenant, being corrupted, and envious leads to something called the Dominion, which I guess, or do you need to? Do you necessarily need to have all of them? I don't think you might not need to have all. Shall I grant thee the power of a god? In one step thou wouldst go far beyond humanity. And then he says he doesn't want it. So God's dominion, that's your power. It sounds like a deal with the devil in me. So you're saying that to get all powerful, that's how you get all powerful. He's saying that his covenants grant you the ability and the opportunity to become all powerful. Beats me. I know I ain't gonna let myself be dominated by no one. Right. The world itself rejoices in a state of dominion. So in a state of authority. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Joy Boy? Right. Okay. Also something very important. He's not talking about Nika. He's talking about Joy Boy right now. That's not right. The world itself rejoices in us. When someone's ruling the world. He's saying that the world rejoices when there's someone who is controlling it. Sorry, dominion again. When there's control. Right. That makes sense. So when there's the world, so he says, the world itself rejoices in a state of dominion. In a state of dominion. I'm not sure how to answer that one. The world itself rejoices in a state of dominion. Isn't that right, Joy Boy? So in a state, in a world is happy when there's a hierarchy or there's someone on top calling the shots. Insane. Isn't that right, Joy Boy? Luffy just saying he gotta eat. He said, "You're underestimating me. Thorheim, transform, quit!" Yo, peak. Guys, interesting. I'm gonna wrap this one up, but it was interesting. I'm gonna see what other tidbits of information other people might be able to see, because I'm trying to hear how else this might be articulated. Because the things that are standing out is that you need a covenant. You need to be corrupted, and you need to be envious. So I'm going to probably think about how Rox and Harold demonstrated those things. Harold, I think more so, is it a matter that you need all three? Like, and like you said, it basically seems like he sold his soul. But we've gotten those vibes for a while now. So, nonetheless, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Good chapter. Up for interpretation. That's the best way of putting it, you know? I'm grateful to be able to see it. So, love y'all. It's your boy Straw Hat. I will see you guys in the next one. Dope chapter again. All right. Peace.